I got to start with your thoughts. What are your thoughts on Atiku Abubakar's decision to resign from the PDP and outrightly join the ADC coalition? Do you think this move will have significant implications for Nigerian politics and for 2027?
I think, like you said, expected, perhaps formality, because being one of the, if not the most potent driving force of the ADC, one will expect that at some point Alhaji Abubakar would, leave the PDP formally and officially, and to become part of the now national coalition. And so, in a sense, it's an expected surprise again. But it's also, the implication is that we can now say for sure that he has crossed the Rubicon. And expectedly, and that then puts into sharp focus the politics of the ADC, both in terms of broadening its acceptability and membership, as well as deepening the struggle to win the ticket in 2020. So this signals that Atiku Abubakar to 2027 presidential ambition is going to, succeed or flop on ADC. So there's no more surprise or speculation around what will he do. He's going to be here, he's going to dig in, he's going to fight or concede and perhaps be part of moving that coalition forward. So it clearly puts beyond any doubt, if there was any at all, that Atiku Abubakar is going to slug it out under this ticket. And now maybe signaling to his people and some of those public who are still not convinced that they probably need to be sure now that this is where he's going. If they want him, and if they don't want him, then they know what to do.
Would it now create an opportunity for other parties to gain ground, and even in the party, other individuals to gain somewhat of a trajectory in their political ambition for presidency?
I think it might have an ironical impact of clarifying PDP's fate. So, yes, everyone looks at Wike as the problem in terms of who is hobbling PDP. Wike clearly is of the view that PDP should die momentary death and wake up after 2027 when Tinubu gets his second term. So now Atiku has left. The part of the issue has always been what to do with Atiku. Since 2019, what to do with Atiku has been a major issue in PDP, which means Atiku is now known as a perennial candidate for presidential election. So the question then is, are we going to have Atiku? And some people think that perhaps it's part of the conflict. Now, one major aspect is out. So you might see the Sheikh Makinde, you might see Saraki and others now be more, maybe, brace up to embrace PDP. And maybe if the Wike factor is finally overcome through maybe a convention at any point, you might actually work to have PDP have a real candidate. Some permutations out there, there will be some call on PDP to come back, which is not looking realistic. Some people are talking about Goodluck Jonathan, coming in and being a flag bearer. His wife has shut it down, and the body language suggests that maybe there's still something in it. So this might ironically clear the way for PDP to emerge stronger, more clear, because nobody's talking about Atiku in PDP 2027, which has been a major issue. Either you're for Atiku or you're not for Atiku. So if you get off the Wike group to say, you know what, why don't you pursue your political career with APC, and PDP might still bounce back. So PDP is just a victim of Tinubu's presidential ambition and the fact that he has co-opted a very powerful leader in PDP, Wike, who has also powerful structure, and that is like a strangling to death, a struggle with PDP breed. So if these other, I don't know who they are, but they are committed to invest time to fight to rescue PDP to start alone from Wike, the PDP has a hope. Otherwise, in 2027, if PDP comes a distance fourth or third, as it might be the case now, he's dead for all purpose.
Atiku resigns from the PDP. Wike wins the battle. Bola Tinubu wins the war of the destruction of the PDP. And then ADC gets, a lot more power in terms of bigwigs joining them, but obviously poses another problem because Atiku wants to contest in the next 2027 election. this is part of the chess game that's going to happen. And it's already playing out in the open. So Wike always wanted Atiku to go, and he joined forces with Bola Tinubu. And Bola Tinubu always wanted to destroy the PDP. And now he's gotten it done through the help of Wike and other Wike cohorts within the PDP. And now that PDP is dying slowly, but surely it will go. But what does that really mean for Wike, for example? The implication for Wike, let's start with that. So Bola Tinubu knows that he can never trust Wike. Because if Wike can destroy his own political party, it can destroy anyone. So everyone in PDP, in APC, knows that Wike is not a trustworthy person. Going by what he has done, and in the open, he said it so openly with the help of government, he said that, and Bola Tinubu put him so close to help destroy the PDP. You understand? So, but this obviously gives credence to some of the things that Amechi has asserted about Wike for so long. Amechi has always said that Wike can sell anybody for power, for influence, for money. And Bola Tinubu knows that. So he gave him the carrot to help him fulfill what he's always wanted, help destroy the PDP from within. You understand? With the help of others within the PDP. So, and for Wike, what that literally also means in essence is that outside of government, Wike has no value. Outside of government, Wike has no value to anyone. So he needs to perpetually stay within government for him to be relevant to anybody, which is why it's different from Atiku or Peter Obi. Peter Obi has been out of power for so long, so also for Atiku. But you see, the power they still wield, the influence they still carry as against what Wike will have when he's not within power anymore, because it was still a lot, they will still a lot, so they can keep getting money to keep doing exactly what they've been doing for so long and keep playing the political game of destruction. And bearing in mind, other political parties knows that Wike has that political narrative of betrayal around his neck. His name is not synonymous to something that is good anymore. And Wike does not have a national acceptance. So apart from Rivers State, Wike nationally, Wike is not accepted anywhere. So, but Wike needs to be there. And I've often said on this channel that Wike needs to remain with Bola Tinubu. It's only about a matter of time before he finally defects. But when he eventually defects, Wike will have no more influence. It will be in the shadow of Bola Tinubu and any other. And he needs to be around Bola Tinubu to remain influential. Because if Bola Tinubu is not in power and he defects to the APC now, if Bola Tinubu loses in 2027, Wike remains in the back shadow. It doesn't remain anywhere anymore. Nobody knows him anymore. So you can see that with whatever he's done with the PDP, it needs to help Bola Tinubu win in 2027 to remain relevant, one way or another. It needs to help them. But what does that potentially mean for the ADC? It means that it gives ADC more credence, more power, because you're going to have big wigs from other political parties, as well as PDP, to join Atiku in this defection. Forget about whatever Bode George or Sheyi Makinde and anyone is saying about Atiku staying with the PDP. Listen, if you look at it this way, whichever way you look at it, the PDP is infiltrated, no matter how you turn to look at it. And most of the people, apart from Wike, that are helping Wike, wants a APC to win in 2027. They really want it. So it doesn't matter what Bode Josh says. What matters here is the fact that PDP is actually being captured right now, or has been captured for a while, and they won't let off until PDP dies. And Atiku cannot stay within that ship anymore. You understand? So again, like I said, it means a whole lot. And Atiku defecting or resigning from the PDP, as the case may be, is done that a day before his birthday, which is supposed to be the 17th of July. But it's turned the attention to him. And as people are saying, why is he doing that when Barry's funeral is going, or Barry just died? It doesn't matter to anybody anyway at this particular point in time. But you can see that regardless of whatever's happened with Atiku's resignation from the PDP, it brings advantages to ADC, but also brings problems. Part of the problem is that Atiku wants to contest in 2027. Nigerians don't want it. So the only way that will be an advantage, a real advantage, if he packs aside his personal ambition, because by the time we get to 2027, Atiku would have been 80 years at that time. 80 years, 81 years. So what does that potentially mean? It means we have another old person. We've seen that with Buhari, who eventually just passed on. We've seen how Bola Tinubu was going to France to go get medical treatment. So you cannot have another 80-something-year-old person where they will now want to turn Nigeria into a retired home turn Nigeria's presidency into where retirees go to, finish their life before they now pass on. That's not what Nigeria should be. Not what the presidency should be. We want somebody that is strong, young, and vibrant. If we get to 2027, Peter Obi is not fit enough or is not sick, is not healthy enough, he steps aside. There are other people who can take on the mantle. Well, sure, it might be there. You might look at him and say, he's young as well. Or every other younger person you can find with ideas, serious ideas that can move Nigeria forward. But potentially, what that really means in essence is a big advantage for ADC. And that's bigger even, or if Atiku decides to be a statesman and says, I'm not running in 2027. I am old enough to go and retire, be a grandfather, and be a statesman in Nigeria. I've been in the political sphere for more than 40-something, 50 years now. It's time for me to go and rest. You see? And coerces the other guy, let me use the word, but you can say maybe coerce if you want to use that, which is influence, and say to Amechi, El-Rufai, back down. El-Rufai is not saying he's running right now. Amechi, back down. The only person we have as our most credible candidate with national appeal is Peter Obi. Let's support him, and let's get other political parties join and other state infrastructure like they did in Delta State. You get other states starting to defect to the ADC. So don't be shocked if you see states starting to defect to the ADC. If you see other people who have already defected to the APC start to run away from the APC. But don't doubt the cunningness of Bola Tinubu, because they know they have the state funds to know, or infrastructure to know, those politicians who have committed crime in Nigeria, they'll use that against them. As long as they can hold something against them, they'll use that. Did you not hear Wike tell Tinubu to release the report about Amechi in his China's interview? You heard that, right, didn't you? So don't be shocked if that's playing out again at some point soon. But I just wanted to bring all of this out in the open just to give you perspective of the implications of this defection or this resignation from Atiku as expected to the ADC eventually when he joins the ADC, and let's see the power play that is going to happen. But I don't know what you think, so I want you to put your thoughts, your comments in the comment section, what you make of all of this chess game that we're going to be watching right now in the Nigerian space until 2027. Do you think Atiku would not run in 2027? Do you agree that Peter Obi is the best option? Do you think that eventually Bola Tinubu knows that the race is going to be tight for him? Or do you think that PDP still has that influence of Wike still trying to destroy it before 2027? What is your take? So put your thought, your comments in the comment section. Let's have our conversation. As always, God bless you. But don't forget to like, share. Remember to subscribe, because we need your subscription. And also recommend this channel to others. Click on the notification bell as well. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.